Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly Dungeon Master this evening. Tonight, we're carrying on with our ongoing campaign, playing Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition, playing through Carl Sargent's classic Night Below campaign. And with me tonight, already having far too much fun on their own,
Yeah.
are the stars of the Night Below campaign. I'll go the order I got you guys on the screen. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing? So first up is Dave.
Hey everybody, I am Dave. I am playing Druin, the fighter cleric of Clangadin, Silverbeard, and tonight I am having a beverage because I'm celebrating. Woo!
Nice. Excellent. What is your beverage tonight?
Grand Marnier on the rocks.
Ooh, lovely, lovely. And next up is John.
Hey everyone, it's John. I am playing Dorman Kettleborn, the illusionist thief gnome, who managed to use his stealth skills very well last session. You didn't see me.
Did, quite well. And next up is Bergour. It's Arlen.
Hi, I'm Arlen. I'm playing Bergour. He's a dwarf fighter, and he got tagged pretty bad last session. Not as bad as some of the other guys. Though,
Yeah,
so
I think
can't complain.
if Caldor had the strength to say fuck off, he would. And next up is Hobbs.
Hey everybody, I'm Jason Hobbs, and I am playing some guy, Elanion, Elandin, an elf, a savage wizard, an earth elementalist.
Nice. And next up is Jeffrey.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff, and I am playing Calidor the Dancer, who has somehow got caught up with this group of ruffians.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, Steve. So Steve's back in Calgary. I didn't hear from him. I wonder if he's just not got his computer set up yet. Anyway, your brother, because Steve plays your brother in this campaign.
Yeah.
And last but not least, as George.
Hey, I'm George. I'm playing Knox, the Unexpected, who is a human invoker, who's known for being reckless and hasty, and that came back to bite him in the ass last time. So we left him grievously wounded.
Technically, I bit him in the ass, I bit him in the neck, bit him in the head.
All over.
Yes. All right, so guys, what before we transition over to our battle mat, what happened last session?
Oh, it's too horrifying to recount, I think. It started out okay.
Yeah, right, that was
we had a plan, which was to kind of travel along the edge of the mire towards the Patchwork Hills.
Yep.
As we were trying to carry out our mission here for Lord Carmen. And we kind of went off course accidentally.
Yep.
And ultimately, we discovered this dead bird creature that Elanion had spotted. And we went to check it out and realized it was in its death throes, essentially. It survived a little bit, but it had been felled by a very large arrow, like 1.5 times the size of a normal one, which we ultimately believe came from a knoll. And we had heard that there were knolls in this area. And we were spotted by some
in the southern Patchwork Hills.
Right.
You'd heard that knolls were in the southern Patchwork Hills. This is pretty far north.
Right. So that was unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
And we also know there might be some orcs around too. But we did spot some blue-skinned goblins who kind of wind up leaving us alone ultimately. But we spoke, quote unquote, to this creature, and he needed something delivered essentially, and we agreed to do that for him. And then he passed away, and I think we built a pyre. I can't remember. Yeah, at the top of the hill, and to put him to rest ultimately. And we also found ourselves with a couple of magical items that were on him. An oil, and a potion, or were they both oil? I can't remember.
There was an oil of citronella.
Oh, right. All right, and a pigment.
And a pigment of heroism.
Right.
As well as the creature's masterfully crafted javelin that we haven't given to anybody yet.
Yeah.
Yes. And so we left off not in a great place.
Yeah. So let's take a look at where our heroes currently find themselves, because we got two of our stalwart heroes who are looking very worse for wear. So that would be, where are you guys? You're hiding on me. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Here we are.
Yeah.
Boom. There we are, guys. So
I got grabbed and they tried to pull me away.
yeah. So this was in the middle of the evening as well, too.
Yeah. Some of us were happily sleeping.
Yeah. Eternally.
So rudely awakened.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a heck of a wake-up call. Yeah. So then what? Let's pick up right after the fight then, guys. So the last of the wild dogs has been chased off. There are three dead bodies that are, or dead carcasses, I guess, of the wild dogs around. Druin, you've maybe slept through all of this, as has Dorman. So you can see that Calidor and Calidor is looking kind of rough, but not nearly as bad as Knox. Knox is genuinely on the on the death's door.
Druin was off in the woods taking a crunch.
Yeah. So what?
And comes running back. What the hell?
I was gone for 2 minutes.
And I can give you the specifics of what condition I look to be in. I have an eye that was permanently destroyed.
Wow.
And I'm going to die in 10 minutes if I'm not healed to at least 1 hit point.
Yeah.
Well, Druin has spells.
Yeah.
So
Kevin's having fun with more book.
rushes forward to Knox and
Not that bad.
and goes, "Fear not, Silverbeard. Silverbeard will help you. I will be the vessel in which that happens." And he grabs onto his holy symbol, and he says a prayer to his god for some healing. And silver energy glows through his fist, and then he just lightly taps you to transfer the energy. No punch this time. Just to, it's like knuckles, but
Nice.
Okay. And let's see how much that heals. 1d8 or 1d6?
Oh,
Whoa! Holy hell!
We looked it up when Chael healed Calidor up, and it heals you to 1 if you heal anything on negative.
Yep.
right.
Yeah.
So I should be at 1, not -2?
I don't think there were no healers last session, so.
Oh, okay. So I'm still
Yeah.
at
So
-2.
no, but the time before when Calidor went down and Chael healed Calidor,
the other
it
time when I
automatically
was-
puts you up to 1.
okay. And then so that'll get Knox up and running.
So Knox in the positive
I mean-
numbers now.
Yeah,
And
not
then,
only is it positive, it saves my life, so appreciate it.
There you go.
Someone else is wounded. Calidor rushes over and essentially does the same thing and
Okay.
casts his other healing spell.
But that's enough to put him at +1 and any
Plus
amount of
1.
healing. So, all right. So Calidor and Knox. Now you guys are both at 1 hit
And I
point.
believe I spit out, what did you say, 4 teeth?
Yeah, your teeth. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
all 4 teeth. So Calidor's missing a bunch of teeth at this point. Don't worry, I'm sure prosthetics are advanced in Greyhawk.
There's probably a grow teeth spell.
No joke, there probably is in Rollmaster.
Yeah.
If we dip into spell law, there will be for sure like grow 1 finger, as a something under healing ways or something. Okay, so what do we see as Knox and Calidor kind of sputter and regain consciousness?
I think I vomit.
Okay.
I mean, I got really dragged. So it's going to take me a while to really recover. I mean, obviously I can walk and stuff, but it was brutal. And he's starting to learn his lesson. So he kind of just gets up to his sitting position, and that's all he can do. And he's just, kind of sitting there trying to, and he obviously was unconscious when he was healed, but he recognizes that this was probably Druin's handiwork.
Yep.
As he sees him sort of healing Calidor. And thanks, Druin. I thought I was a goner.
You didn't look so healthy, my friend.
It's the worst I've ever felt.
Oh, your eye. That's.
Yeah, I'm having trouble
We'll have to.
kind of
get a patch or something for you to cover that up.
Yeah, I think that would be helpful.
Mm.
Anybody have any clean cloth or good?
I'm looking through what I have here. Actually, I have a poncho, so I could use maybe cut off a piece of that or something. Kind of make a strip and then tie it around. Just it's gonna be rough. I'm gonna have to get a real one at some point, but just at least to put something over it.
Okay. What about
Calidor spits out a bunch of blood and some teeth. Sits up. Oh fuck, that's gonna suck.
and it gives that whistly. That's gonna suck.
Yeah, it's whistling. He seems he sits by himself and is definitely stewing and seems quite depressed about this turn of events.
At least the rain has stopped, I suppose. So at least that's in Calidor's favor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. What about the rest of it? What is everyone else doing?
So it's the middle of the night, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Dorman's gonna. At this point, he's paranoid. We're getting attacked almost every night, so he's gonna say, "I'm taking up watch again. I'm not getting surprised again."
Elanion will bind his own wounds and gather up his arrows.
Okay. Does Elanion have first aid or whatever is healing? No.
No, I just flavor.
Flavor, yeah. No, I'm wondering because I think someone does have healing or first aid. It's not Dorman, is it?
Not me.
No, Dorman doesn't do
Maybe it was
first aid.
Chael who does. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Chael
okay.
or Will to go.
Shale.
Yeah. This is it. Poor Will's missing because of a migraine tonight. But it's because clearly the weight of the entire party rests on his shoulders. So
That's right.
the well-being of
Understandable.
the entire group. All
My
right.
range are beyond first aid.
Yeah. So then, if you guys just go back to sleep again, the evening passes otherwise uneventfully. Now, what you can do today, if you want to get the full benefit of your rest, you're going to have to sleep in a little, like some extra hours, in order to get that hit point back, because you guys did get attacked right in the middle of the night.
And I kind of need the time to be able to recover my spells.
Yeah, Dorman will offer to keep watch that extra time, just
Sure.
because he managed to escape unscathed. So
Yeah, Druin will get 2 healing spells back in at dawn, but he'll need to rest a bit.
Okay. So
Yeah, so I mean, I know we're on a timetable, but I think that it's worth taking a little bit extra time for everybody to get at least a point back.
Survival is the only way we collect.
That is a good point.
Okay. So then, if otherwise you guys have nothing you want to do before you hit the sack again, the rest of the and also I should mention as well. Remember, there was no fire. You guys chose not to, or elected to not sort of campfire last night. So that's part of the reason why the dogs felt emboldened to get right into your camp. And
Are there corpses nearby? Do we need to just get rid of those?
There's 3 carcasses of wild dogs, and you can picture they're probably about German Shepherd sized.
Okay, Druin will go to task on those and try and drag them away from camp. So even if there's some scavengers, they don't get too close to us.
Sure. So there was something else that you guys discovered last session as well too. It was something that Elanion spotted and told the rest of you guys about.
The blue goblins.
Like the pale goblin we saw in the corpse in the bush, or
No, hence the blue part. They were actually blue-skinned goblins.
That corpse was as well too, just completely drained of blood.
Oh,
yeah.
I wasn't here, so I didn't know. Yeah, so apparently there's a goblin tribe, but it was there weren't enough of them to, endanger the party, as far as I could tell. I do know where their track is that I could possibly find.
Yep. So
I don't know if we want to find it since it takes us off the beaten path or our path.
I don't know how much it's going south, but we are obviously a little farther east than we wanted to be.
Yeah.
Something to keep in mind as we go south on our plan.
Yes.
Yep.
okay. Give me a sec here, guys. I'm going to roll something. So the next morning comes, and you sleep. I'm going to assume you sleep till around like 9 o'clock until you start getting, your lunch or your breakfast and whatnot ready and breaking camp. Well, you didn't set up any tents, so you know what? I think that the time that you lost from sleeping in, some extra time, you're actually going to make up for the fact that you didn't break tents, you didn't create a campfire, so there's very little for you to kind of break down when you're heading out the next day.
Cool.
22k.
Meat from the dogs. I'll tell Elanion where I dragged them off to. Probably not hard to figure out. There's blood trails from the corpses. But...
Dorman is not cooking dog.
Yeah. You could.
We all have 2 weeks of iron rations anyway, right? So we've got.
Not anymore. We're down 10 days now, right?
No, you guys are down. Let's see here.
4 days, I meant. We have 10 days left, is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I don't think we're down even that much because we got a meal from the one of the farmers that we stayed with one time.
Yeah, today will be your third ration consumed.
Water.
Oh, one thing that you will not... I think... Did everyone buy more than one water skin?
Yep.
No, I have one.
I don't think George was with us during that purchase session.
Yeah, and
so.
you could have gone... you could have, taken the time to buy... Everyone else has purchased more than one.
Okay, I
can't
definitely have the
imagine
money
why.
for it.
I mean...
I
I'll
brought
pick up a
4
second.
because we weren't sure how long we were going to go until.
Well, also, I'm joking. Also, the guys who played in the Tule campaign spent a lot of time looking for water.
It's true. I'll get 3 total. I had
Okay.
1 already, so I'll get 2 more.
Okay.
And
So remember, I think it's like 5 pounds for each one of them.
Well, that's what I just checked. I have a good strength actually. And
Oh,
this
okay,
is
great.
what I got that randomly good at things I shouldn't be.
Yeah. Okay.
So I actually can carry it without a problem because I have no armor or anything.
Okay. So I'm
So
recording the calendar.
while everyone's getting ready, Druin will go around and I'm about to bless weapons for the day.
Okay.
Clangadin tradition. Anyone in?
Yep.
Yep.
I'll show my dagger.
Almost everyone now.
He'll,
Everyone suddenly found faith. Love it.
he'll
Nope.
inspect the weapons and bless them. Say a prayer over all the weapons and hopefully that will help us in battle. Oh, that will help us in battle today.
Dorman has learned that letting him have his way keeps him quiet. So.
Okay. All right then, guys. Let's take a look at the travel map again. So let's see.
Healing spell for the 2 wounded.
I mean, so I'm down 3 at this point, and I'm guessing Calidor is also.
Yeah, I'm down. Well, I only have 1 hit point right now.
But you got
get
one back from sleeping.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's right. You recover 1.
So we're both down
Yes.
3.
That's
So should
correct.
I keep these in case people fall and basically gets us out of
That's what
dying?
I'm kind of concerned about, but maybe give it to Calidor since he's usually closer in to melee.
Yeah. Well, dying
You know?
comes with a potential, or like getting down to 0 negative hit points does come with potential disfigurement as well and other awful complications. So
That's true.
there's an incentive to keep your hit points up rather than waiting to just go down.
So is it as soon as we hit -1, or when is it triggered that we get up?
It's if I think it's at the end of a fight that you're at negative. I'll
Okay.
double check afterwards, but I think that's
Yeah, so I don't need to lose another eye, I guess.
I only have
Probably wouldn't
so
be
many teeth.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll just cut your food up really small, Calidor.
Okay, so maybe
Well, it's
zoom-
just like, lettuce and stuff. Rabbit food anyway is probably pretty easy to eat.
Right.
Right? That's what elves eat, I'm assuming.
Yeah, they don't know what meat is.
So, what is the plan for today's travels, guys? Elanion had mentioned the goblins. You guys are a little lost right now. You're way off your path for what you were going to do, which is follow the Newmire south. What's the plan, Stan?
Anybody else trained in direction sense?
I am.
Yeah. There's 3 of us. There were 2 of us last time, and we still. I say we head southwest to meet
I
that
agree.
mire.
I agree with that.
I agree.
If we were underground, I'd tell you right away, but sky stuff causes problems.
It will become quickly noticeable that Knox has become slightly less adventurous.
Dorman's there with you.
All right. So, on this day, the weather.
I actually used this LFG weather table in my game on Sunday, just for you, Kevin.
Awesome.
Okay. I know this is what everyone tunes in for is, what's the weather like this day? And by everyone tuning in, I mean my dad. The weather is always, there's always going to be that niche player. It's like, thank God they track what the weather changes like every day. All right.
Gotta uphold that realism.
Yeah, absolutely. Although, I mean, if you track what's going on, the weather here is all over the fucking place.
Knox, just
that's
tell
true.
them at the tavern that you were saving an elven dandy, and everybody will think you're a hero.
Nice. So the day, this morning is much cooler than the previous one. So, but I mean, with how hot it was before, I think it's down to about, 68 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 18 Celsius. So it's a much more moderate day. It's not quite the stifling heat you had before. You're definitely going to want to, when it cools down in the evening, assuming it does, you're going to want to make sure you got your tents and a campfire and whatever. But it makes sure...
You say, huh?
Say again?
68, you say.
68, yeah.
That's my house room temperature.
Oh, there you go. Nice. This is, I think, if it's 68, right? Or is it 64 I'm thinking of? Hold on.
Dear Google.
Well, I had specifically looked up a couple of temperature ranges. No, it's not 68. It is 65.
Ooh, okay.
65 is 18 degrees Celsius.
Pretty good brisk temperature.
Yeah, that's why I keep my office.
Ah,
That means
nice.
people don't stay very long.
Nope.
That's
Pretty
smart.
awesome. Hey, can I ask a quick question? Yeah, for sure. Come in.
I love that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, fuck you. If no one else is comfy in there, those questions get out pretty quick and get to the answer and get the fuck out of my office. So anyway, the day is a little cooler, and you start setting off to the southwest. Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3 people who are direction sensing. Now, the thing is, 3 of you is definitely going to be a possibility of too many cooks in the kitchen.
That makes sense.
So why don't we do this? We'll have 2 people pick the... Yeah, this is what it'll be. Is if it's a nat 1, it'll cancel out a success. It's just what, or a nat 20 rather, because it's a roll low. So why don't I have 2 of you guys go ahead and give me... Actually, I'll let any of you. You can choose how many people are making the proficiency check, because if you there's more chances of a nat 20 there. So
Right.
someone that
Just tell roll 20 we're attacking someone.
Exactly.
We're in a combat, roll 20.
So, who else of my fellow adventurers have the direction set?
Knox does, and Elanion does.
go ahead, guys.
Elanion has it at 15.
Lady,
That's pretty good.
Definitely better than mine. So
Better than mine, too.
Mine's a 12.
Yeah.
I say we all do it. What are the chances?
Yeah.
Yeah.
let's go for it.
Oh man, we should have said that.
Yeah.
Come on, dice gods, don't let me down.
Yeah,
20!
No!
Yes! Yes!
There you go. See?
We have 6 astonishing fortune.
So good.
Amazing.
Oh
yeah,
my
success.
god.
We still have 1 net success.
You were
I
not,
told
you
you.
were
No,
not
it
channeling
doesn't. A nat
combat
20s, it
vibes.
cancels everything.
You
Cancels
were not channeling
everything.
combat
Yep.
vibes.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I did not understand that
I
part.
heard-
That makes
I heard
sense.
it cancel
Yeah.
this.
I mean, what are the
cancel
chances that
this.
somebody rolled 20, a natural 20?
Yeah, no, the nat 20
5%.
cancels everything out. Otherwise, why not? let
Are you guys
roll more?
following a guy with one eye?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, he suffered so much and he seems so insistent.
Wasn't Elanion our skilled tracker guy? We should be following
is.
Elanion.
I've learned my lesson. You know what? I can't really see very well.
But I think we should go this way.
So the thing is, this does not mean you're lost. It just means that you do not get any benefit from
direct
that
access.
skill. Yeah, the way, as a refresher, guys, the way that getting lost, it's sort of like a combination of a bunch of different factors. What the weather's like, what the visibility is, the terrain is. And then we compare that to over here. Getting lost. Love it. So, what up, honey? Oh yeah, you give him shit. Take that, people coming by. So this is rough terrain, so there's a good chance to get lost. It is.
And we rolled a 20.
You do not have someone who is traveling who has kept the direction sense. Does anyone have? I know. Did you tell him? Good girl. You have no local guide, so that doesn't help. Fortunately, there's no
Survival, I think you were using before.
I think I may have. Yeah. Why doesn't someone give me? Yeah, navigator with a group. Give me a survival rule. Same rules apply. Nice. Okay, so
There you go.
what I will say is that anyone, if you're making use of any of these skills for these group things, you have to. Everyone has to choose, then you roll, because it's not just like roll one, roll another one, roll another one.
Yeah.
No,
I don't have
Makes
the
sense.
skill, so.
I don't think that was going to happen yet. I don't think anyone else
Okay.
had.
I think
survival.
only Elanion has it, I think.
Yeah. So that's fine.
Yeah, I don't
All right,
have
so
it,
that's
yeah.
cool. So that does improve your chances here. So let's see how Knox seems to be insisting one direction is a certain direction, and Elanion is kind of like, I'm not sure that's correct. But he's given him the benefit of the doubt. And I got good news for you guys. You don't get lost before you find the hill giant. I mean, no. It is about, so let's see here, the distance you're traveling. Oops, I'm moving your token too much here. Is, boom, let's see here, that's about, so that's about 5 miles. Your total travel distance for the day in the hills is going to be 9 miles. So about half day of travel, give or take. And you guys find that you actually reach the edge of the mire.
Excellent.
Phew.
So you find there, and you
were right.
finally you've at least, at the very least, you got yourself there. What this means also is that you have a landmark. So the landmark will give you another benefit to your to the chances of getting lost.
Cool.
Okay. So what happens next, guys? You can picture you're taking your midday break at this point, which is probably actually a little past noon. You know, you're looking down at the mire. You have visions of lampreys, and you know, well, more lampreys as you're looking down at it. What is the plan now, guys? You've had certainly an opportunity to discuss what you want to do.
Let's send someone to the top of the hill and see what we can see.
Oh, you guys are at the top of the hill at this point.
Okay,
looking
we are
down
at the top
mire.
of a hill.
Right.
Yep.
Can we see anything?
You can see the mire, and you can see hills.
No structures, nothing else.
No structures.
Can we see the Cutter Brook at all?
It is. Let's see here.
Probably not from.
I
that
don't think so.
distance.
No, because that looks like it's a couple
Way.
miles away. Your total, it's
But we're
500
above
yards.
it, so
Yeah,
Well,
500
there's
yards.
other hills.
Yeah,
Okay.
500 yards is the limit of your line of sight. So
So we'll just keep heading south then
Yeah, seems like it.
till we find it.
Mhm.
What do you think? Elanion,
Yeah.
you seem to be good at moving us through this.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Elanion's lead.
all right, we should run straight into the new mire naked.
Nope.
let's head
Yeah.
south till we find the.
Yesterday, I would have maybe done it. Today,
okay,
nope.
all
It's
right.
that time of day. It's new moon, if you know what I'm saying.
You're
Yeah.
gonna look twice before you leap.
Okay. So it's
I-
actually,
yeah.
guys.
Head south to the river.
So it's about late afternoon when you guys reach what clearly is Cutter Brook, or at least you think is. It's the largest source of water. You've passed some very small like creeks and so forth that kind of go down. This is the first larger larger body of water, and it's carved itself a path through the patchwork hills coming out from the east. So you would guess that this is likely the same brook that you saw passing along the east or west side of the farmlands. So you could probably travel for another maybe hour or so before you should stop and make camp.
Let's. I think we should just camp here, guys. It will be fresh, in case something does happen, we won't be possibly finding it at night.
Agreed.
Okay. So it is colder tonight. I'm going to assume that you guys are starting campfires. You're going to get your tent set up.
Do we find a decent? We have some time. We could actually probably try to find a better location where
Well,
we could have a fire and then have it banked and only be able to show like certain directions or something more survivable or whatever.
Hobbs, if you're fishing for an XP bonus because you're giving me an opportunity to use the Wilderness Survival Guide, I would say you are barking up the right tree. Incorporating both dogs and tree in the joke. That's for you. It's all for you, Hobbs.
So how many XP is that?
You will see.
4 XP.
You know, one neat thing that Modern Age does is there's XP you get at the end of a session, but there's also XP you get mid-session for good role-playing and stuff like that. Which is kind of neat. Amy disagrees. She thinks it's bullshit. Roll it all at one point. Or
I think she old school.
Yeah.
Yeah. She may be young, but she's an old soul. Noisy soul, too. Goodness. Okay.
She wants someone to get off her lawn right now.
Yeah, well, so the landlady is in town. She's only in town a couple days a week, and when she's in town, she has her dog with her. And not seeing, you know what it's like when you can hear another dog and smell another dog but can't see it.
Yeah.
You know, that's frustrating. Okay, so let's see here. Finding, where is it here? Campsites. I love this rule book so much. Oh, okay, here we go. Natural shelter. In the hills. Summertime. Hobbs, you were looking for natural shelter, right?
Yeah.
Give us a percentile roll while I roll for random encounter. Ooh, what did I say?
A percentile roll? Or you just want me to roll?
Percentile roll, please.
Elanion found us a nice warm cave, but it's got 3 bears in it.
Yeah. You actually do. Hobbs, you find a really good, like a really suitable hillside campsite. What do you think it looks like? Remember, the hills here are covered with heather and other kind of like tangled greenery.
There must be some sort of maybe granite or other boulders around that we can use for cover. And it's possible that it was once used as a campsite by someone else, just because it is such a fine location.
Sure. That works for me. There's unlikely to be boulders in it, but there's probably like a depression in the thing. Okay. Boulders come from either from the mountains or from glacial, moraine. You can thank Kim Mohan for that little bit of bullshit. Okay. Also, like my junior high geography class. Anyway, I
don't remember that long ago.
I have pretty good retention for useless bullshit. So, anyway, so you guys find a campsite, and it otherwise, you've got a great windbreak. You got a way of making the fire, so you could actually make a slightly larger fire than normal and not worry about visibility because of where the depression is. There we go.
Perfect.
Cool.
And yeah, and let's see if how the evening goes. Okay. Evening definitely goes, guys. Let's see here.
I sharpen my sword.
Do you have a sword or a dagger? Oh, you got a short sword, right?
Yeah, well, kind of. It's a cleaver, but we're calling it a short sword.
Yep. Yep. Here we go. Okay. All right, wood. Let's see here. Who was away last session? I think. Oh, John, this is the first time you missed a session. Give us a D10 roll, please.
Is it for surprise?
Ooh, no surprise.
Bonus.
Interesting. Okay, this is going to be pretty cool little thing here. Let's see. Okay, now give me un momento here, guys. Get something set up. Honey, it's all right.
I'm going to grab another cup of coffee.
You go right ahead. Ooh, love it.
Oh, good.
Oh, it's something I've loaded my own images in already.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So it's
I thought it was a table of some kind.
No. It is a result of a table, that's for sure.
Oh, great.
Let me see here. Sweetie, it's all right.
I'd love to keep the stats on the number of different tables used in each session.
It would be depending on the game, depending on the session.
Well, like
Certainly one
especially
more.
this and Tule.
I'm gonna grab my girl, bring her in here. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Honey, come on, see. Come on, see. Where's your ball? Where's your ball? Where's your ball?
So like random encounters, weather, morale checks.
Yeah. Or like finding a cave. Like there's a table for that.
Come on, my girl.
There's probably a table to determine which table you should use.
I bet there is.
Like, let me roll d20 on the. Oh yeah, I should be checking weather right now.
Right. There's some kind of master table.
Yeah.
Ooh. One table to rule the ball.
Oh,
One
that's great.
All right, certainly,
table to
guys.
guide them.
One table to tell Kev which table to find us in.
Right.
There is definitely a lot of cross-referencing of tables.
We were actually just thinking you need a master table to roll on to determine which table to use next.
So I have a source book called the Book of Adventure Design. That is basically nothing but random tables. It's put up
my
by
God.
Frog God Games. It's
Oh
amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, if you some of the results can be a little suspect sometimes, but for the most part, it's really really cool. Jeff, it's actually when we played Adventure Conqueror King like 2 years ago, when we were randomly generating like what the town was like and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, all that stuff came from that.
So what do I need to roll to revive Elanion?
To revive, is he dead already?
Always.
That was a
Whenever you
quick-
leave the room.
Inside,
Yeah.
away from the trees. That's what elves are like.
It's that danger of leaving the table.
Here we go.
Kev's rolling on another table, Hobbs. So we're in trouble now.
Well, I'm actually expanding something out here.
Yeah, I think Kev missed the part where it's only supposed to be a 1 in 6 for random encounters. That's just like roll a d6.
Wait, hold
and
on, that's a
how many
1 in
encounters
6?
you have.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was wondering how I was rolling 6 in 1 all the time. Good lord.
Right. You got your table says 6 and 6 chance.
Yeah, it's great. It just says more random encounters.
1 to the n to the power of 6.
Right.
Yes. Okay. Just give me a sec here, guys. I got 2 things to do. Boom. 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 And for those listening at home, this is the benefit of rolling a good girl. Rolling on playing an old school game is having these kind of random encounters. Keeps things spicy. Some might say it gives them indigestion. But,
Yeah. Or knocks their eye out.
or knocks their eye out. Yes, indeed. All right, so guys, so you got your camp set up. This is going to happen at about, let's see here. Let me give it random 3 here. Okay, so this will happen at where am I here? So the thing with hills is the hill encounters happen like every iteration of time. It's like every 3 hours I'm rolling for yet another random encounter. Because hills are dangerous. Not as bad as the marsh. Marsh is crazy. Okay, so this will be about 3 in the morning. So let me actually roll. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at that. It's as if you guys lined up for the D6.
6. Druin.
3, sir. 3. Okay. That'd be Quattro. So, Elanion, you are on watch.
Awesome.
You've got the fire burning, but keeping it relatively low, so it'd be very difficult to see this. Would that there were any, passerbys to see this thing. It is very comfortably warm, and after the days of traveling in the chill from today and the wet from the previous bunch of days, this is a very welcome, reprieve from the damp, from the cold. It's lovely and warm. Your colleagues are all nestled in their tents. I think you guys have 2 tents up, right? There's one big tent that most of you guys are in, and then someone's got their own tent.
The dwarves have the small tent.
Right, the dwarf tent. Okay, so the dwarves have the smaller tent, and then I guess let me organize you guys here. Here you go. So
It's called the Mead Hall of Clangadin, is what it's called.
That's awesome.
You've actually crafted a sign to hang up. Is that? Yeah.
Mead Hall or Mead Hall?
Good question.
I said mead with a D, but
Okay.
it's also the Meat Shield Hall.
Right.
And here's where you find yourselves, guys. So you are in your camp right up here. I've made the map larger because it wasn't loading slow enough. You've got yourself. I'm going to move you actually all over against the side of the wall here. So you're all. Let's see here. We got Knox, sleep in with Dorman and with Calidor. And we got Bergour and Druin over here, and Elanion is sitting watch with that fire roaring between the tents.
So, one question here?
Of course.
Would we have gone to bed with me not having cast healing spells on people?
Your call.
Because if I'm going to get new ones in the morning.
Your call. You've been attacked in the night thus far.
But we know that we can get attacked in the night, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but if
Your call.
that's up to you.
You're the cleric, so or specialty priest. It's your call, I think.
How many do you have left? 2?
I have 2. I can at least use them on the 2 wounded, and
I would say Knox's suggestion is to use 1 on Calidor and save the other one just in case somebody's really in trouble. But it's up to you.
or if you guys, maybe we put you guys against the stone so that you're not exposed.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I'll move myself here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't know that we're going to get attacked at night.
No,
but
So for me, I would want to heal my friends, and use the gifts that are given to me.
No, do it.
Get your ball. Get your ball.
That makes sense
So-
playing wise.
Calidor will not complain. His mouth has been sore all day.
Yeah.
Calidor, you get 7.
Whoa, jeez.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Knox, you get
Nice.
4.
I'm back to max 2.
And now
Excellent.
those spells are used, so
Awesome.
don't die. Don't die overnight.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're safe thing against the stone, and Dungeons and Dragons has no monsters that move through stone, so they're
No.
fine.
Not a 1.
Totally
Nothing,
fine.
nothing that resembles tremors.
No. Oh God, I love purple worms. The
Well, if there's a purple worm, we all just roll characters.
yeah.
So Elanion would be prepared to have the fire at a place where he would be able to use his infravision to try and see.
Sure. So he's probably sitting, further enough back, and maybe he's got his back to the fire.
Right. That's kind of
so-
what I was thinking. But he'd still want to be able to look up the hill.
Sure. So he's not ruining his night vision. Yeah, that works for me. So he's sitting there, and what is his? I guess what's his mind drifting towards? The sky is thankfully finally clear of those clouds. You know, it's a beautiful star-filled sky. The breeze coming in off the moor is probably a little cold, but you know, it's you're used to much worse environments than this. Winters in the woods that you grew up in certainly would be worse than this.
And that's what he would be comparing it to. It's been some time since he's been off away from the woods with a group of humans and dwarves like
Okay.
this one.
Yeah.
Considering that.
So you're sort of, your mind drifts to that when you can hear from somewhere to the south, there's a sound of a kind of squeaky, high-pitched voice. What languages does Elanion speak right now?
That we are aware of at this point. The languages Elanion knows is Sylvan, High Elf, Gnomish, Keolandish. But I do have 2 other languages that he may have known, but he hasn't considered in quite some time.
Okay. Love that. I love that pitch on it. So no, this is a language I think that you're not familiar with, or at least you haven't heard in quite some time. It's an ugly kind of, garbled, argumentative language or tongue. It
Sounds like my mom.
Yes. Somewhere Mrs. Hobbs is suffering from a critical hit. So the sound is coming from, you'd guess, about maybe like 400 yards or so to the south, somewhere up on the hills.
Would that be the other side of the Cutterbrook?
No, this is whatever side of the brook that you guys have decided to make camp on. Then it's going to be still, the brook, where you guys are, the hill, I guess, leads down. So you're not. I'm assuming you're not sleeping with a brook at your back. So.
Yeah. So it's just between us and that, probably
Yeah.
down near there anyway.
Yeah.
I'm assuming immediately that it's the goblins
Okay.
that we have seen. But can I see them at all in the night?
Not from where you are, no. Like because of the kind of rolling hills and the other breaks in the line of sight, and also because of the size of those goblins. If it is goblins, then you may need to get a little closer to figure out what's going on.
So maybe it's 3 a.m, so it's possible there's 2 people left. Knox, you rolled a 4, right? So there's 2 people left in the watch.
Yes.
That would be Calidor and Knox, I'm assuming.
Yeah, we'll assume that.
Yeah.
So that means that I could maybe wake up Druin, because he had first watch, and so he slept for some time now, and let him know that I was going to try and get some higher ground to see what they were doing.
Okay. So Druin and Bergour are both in a tent, but you'll have no difficulty discerning one from the other. What do you do?
I'll pull on Druin's beard. I'm just kidding. Just kick him in the ankle or something.
Okay, so Druin, you're kind of kicked awake. Your eyes flutter, and you can see Elanion standing at the entrance to your tent.
I believe there's goblins nearby. Keep a watch. I'm going to get a closer look.
Okay.
Okay.
Druid elbows Bergour.
Bergour, you're awake.
Bergour looks up, sees the 2 of them, says,
Goblins.
"Goblins." Oh,
Grab Zach. Grab
maybe the
Zach.
goblins will attack in the morning, guys. And Bergour rolls over and tries to get back.
Okay.
That's great.
Okay. So, Elanion, where are you headed then? Again, feel free to move yourself on the map. And again, the hills are much more verdant and full of greenery than what these are. These are just what I had at hand.
I guess I will go. Is it steep going up or no?
It is steep going up. Yep.
Okay,
But you've got good footing though. This isn't like scree-filled hills. They're just rolling hills.
okay. So I'm gonna cast Spider Climb, so I'm not bothered by the hills.
Okay? So you're moving at your normal rate. You mean?
What's that?
Well, like you're not gonna be. The reason to cast Spider Climb would be, I guess, if it was affecting your rate of movement. Is that what you're?
No, I want to be able to go up the hill quicker, or without noise, or maybe falling or anything. So if I had Spider Climb, I would be able to go straight up this area.
Sure.
Right?
So yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So what you know though, like this is, again, it's not a hill that's full of like scree and loose stone and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's not difficult going. It's just taxing because you're going up and then down and up and then down, right?
Well, I just didn't want to make noise or anything, I guess.
Perfect.
If
Yeah,
I don't
no.
need to, then I won't.
Yeah, then that's fine. So you cast that spell and then go ahead. You move yourself. I will allow you, when you're moving uphill, you won't be moving at a reduced rate.
Perfect.
Okay. So go ahead and position yourself.
I guess I want to, because it's to the south, but
Yes.
I don't want to be in the same level as them because we're apparently in some valley or something. So I'll just come up this way, I guess, and
Sure.
see if I can see anything.
So
And then
that,
head
let's see here.
south.
What's the distance there? So that'll be about 80 feet. So yeah, so I think that's like one good solid movement. So it's been about 2 rounds, Bergour, by the time you, or Druin, by the time you step out of the tent.
Okay.
Okay, so Druin is out of the tent and kind of looking around. Is there anything else you're doing in the camp while you're waiting for Elanion to get back?
No, I'll just get acclimated to. I'm guessing the fire is like right here or something like that, and
Yeah.
I'll just kind of start watching in different directions.
Okay.
Ready to cast Silverbeard if I see something coming and it's not
Okay.
Elanion.
So then with the moonlight and such, Elanion, I'm going to reveal something for you here that you spot. In 3, 2, 1. A quintet of blue-skinned goblins seem to be making their way clumsily along the side of the hill. They seem to be arguing and kind of hitting each other. No doubt displeased to be traveling, or something's happened to upset them with each other, or maybe this is just how goblins always are, you know, constantly quarreling. But they're kind of clumsily making their way down to the low point between the 2 hills, but in a kind of angled direction down the hill. So I'll just move them kind of slowly, and you can tell me when. Can you see them there, Hobbs? Yeah, okay. So you tell me when you want to do something. They don't seem to see you.
Right, but I don't want them to be able to just. How fast do they seem to be moving?
At a leisurely pace. Like it's a traveler's walk. They're not running. They're not trotting. They seem to be. They don't seem to have any difficulty with their footing. So whether you know or like whether your character knows or not that goblins have infravision as well too. I mean, they seem to be traveling in the darkness without any kind of the stumbling that you've seen with your human companion.
Yeah, I would assume that they can. I'm going to basically move at an angle and then try and get Druin's attention when I feel like I can see him fairly well.
Okay.
And then show him, like a hand of a 5. And
I think
down.
so. Druin looks like he would be standing fairly close to the fire, so it'd be fairly easy to see where he is. You can tell that it's your choice of where to set the fire was clearly a really good one, because the goblins don't seem to know what they're walking towards. They're not like they're carrying weapons, but they're not like readying weapons. They're not splitting up. They're all walking in a clump like that.
Yeah, so I'm going to try. I'll throw a stone at him to get his attention or something, and then show him that there's 5 coming and point down
Hold
there.
on here. I'm going to look at. Could you actually measure the distance? I'm going to take a look at.
85 feet from where I'm at right now, but I'm willing to move a little closer.
Yeah, let me just tell you how far you can see in with infravision. Okay, so
I think it's 60 for everybody.
60 feet.
it was 60 feet in total. Oh shit. Well, let's see how much you can see in normal light. So this is moonlight. It is clear. It's only 50 yards, so 150 feet. So you're actually good. So you can see in the moonlight, even in spite of while your infravision doesn't go the full distance, your normal vision, you can see Druin sitting there. And I think 80 feet. Go ahead and just give me a dex check if you want to just toss a stone.
Okay. A dex check, you said?
Yes, please.
Where the heck's my character sheet? How am I supposed to roll if I can't find my character sheet? Oh, I have to roll it normally anyway,
Yeah.
don't I?
Yeah.
We just need to know what your dex is.
Yep, I found it.
Okay. There we go. Nice. Okay. So yeah, you. Where did you want that stone to land? In the fire, at his feet, or do you want to hit his armor?
At his feet.
Okay. So Druin, you see the stone kind of skitter on the ground from somewhere to the south.
Druin looks, tries to find where the source came from.
What are you doing to get
Axes.
his attention, Elanion?
Axes at the ready.
You could spend a point of astonishing fortune and retroactively add in a little like, this is what I want you to look for. Here's how I'm going to communicate with you.
You know what? I can mimic sounds
Okay.
because I have animal handling and animal lore or something. So with that, I can mimic. Unless I'm thinking of the wrong character, I'm almost positive I read these, and I can animal lore. I can mimic the sounds of natural creatures where people wouldn't even be able to notice. So I'll just do like a wildcat or like a bobcat.
Okay. Now the thing is, that doesn't change the fact that you guys didn't have a conversation before about what the sound. So if you want to spend a point of astonishing fortune, you've had that conversation.
Do we need to? I mean, because I went this way, but.
Well, let's do it.
Bobcat has returned.
Just spend it. You guys just want to spend it.
Right, it can't hurt. We've got 6.
I would.
Done. Okay, so then you had that conversation. You don't need to roll for it. Druin, that stone hits the ground. You look up and you hear this growl of a bobcat.
Okay.
Pretty good, right?
That's what I did it for.
For sure, putting on my CV. 100% authentic bobcat sounds.
He goes back and kicks Bergour. He goes, goblins, 5 of them. Or no, he couldn't see the number.
Yeah, he cannot.
Goblins coming, get up.
I don't think from a bobcat sound he would be able to communicate what's coming in. You would just know that there's something.
Earlier, Hobbs was trying to tell me there's 5, but he didn't actually end up doing that. So
yeah,
I just tell Bergour, there's goblins coming, get up.
That's right, because he did say goblins before he left, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Bergour. Is that enough to get you out of bed?
Rolls back over and stands up, grabs his shield and his axe, and steps out of the tent.
and then I go to the main tent and wake the rest of the crew.
Okay.
Goblins, be quiet. They don't know we're coming, but get up. Let's go.
Okay.
Are we going to be the ambushes? Yes.
So while that's happening, I'm going to take 2 turns because that's about 2 or 3 turns that would take you guys to do that. So the goblins wander down here, and then they wander down here. You would have had an opportunity to respond to that as well, Elanion. So if you want to move yourself twice, you go right ahead. They still seem to be oblivious that you're there.
And they're arguing, right?
Yep.
All right. Let me see here. How far am I supposed to move?
You can move. You're an elf with no armor. So
40.
you can move 40 as your move. If you run, you can move 80. But I'm assuming you want to keep quiet.
Yeah.
So let's say you move 40 total for 2 turns. Because if you're trying to be sneaky, which is assuming you're doing, you're gonna be able to move about 20 and maintain absolute silence. Otherwise, I'll re-roll. If you move at your normal rate, what I'll just do is I'll give him another chance to try and spot you or hear you.
This is fine.
Yeah. Okay. So you go, and now you got your spider climb as well too. Oh, yeah. So you silently go down that one hill and then make your way up. You can clearly see where they are. Okay. The rest of you guys.
I have a question for you before we move on.
Of course. Yeah.
Can I, do I see anything different about like the accoutrement of these goblins that would make me feel differently about them? Because it seems like they're blue. I don't know if they're automatically enemies. So.
I'm not sure you've ever encountered blue goblins before.
Right, that's why it seems strange to me. So maybe we shouldn't attribute the same things to them that we do other goblins, right? We don't really know.
Yep. No, there's definitely, goblins that you've encountered before, like I said, have been, like running the range from like yellow to ochre to orange-ish to green. You've never seen blue before.
Do they have any missile weapons on them?
They do have a... Let's see here. They have spears.
Okay.
They seem to have like short swords at the... a mix of short swords and goblin war axes at their belt. They also have a symbol on the ones that are carrying shields. They have a symbol on it. And the symbol is... What's that here? They actually do not have... let's see here. The illustration of it, but I know...
It's the sign of lawful good, isn't it?
Oh, you know what they have is actually tattoos on their forehead.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's
and
commitment.
It is for Loth. No, I'm kidding. Gotcha.
We move. pearls.
So what the symbol is it's a circle. Oops, I'm going to screw my hair up here. Circle with 2 wavy lines passing through it. The symbol means nothing to you, Elanion. Though, I mean, I think past experience in your... How old is your character again? 100 and what?
120, I believe.
120. So in the years you spent and the experience you've had with humanoids thus far, it's often more like, their symbols of the tribe is more often some kind of violent related thing. It's like the Blood Axe tribe that you faced in the Thornwood, the orcs. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of thing, is they live short, brutal, and violent lives. That tends to be their sigil, so this is a really unusual sigil as well. Mm-hmm. So, you guys still, I'm thinking, because you guys are still aware of them coming in, is anyone doing anything about the fire?
Do we think they would be able to, how much,
how
visible is it, outside the cave?
So, like, it's not easily visible from across the horizon, but if they were walking past, like, there's still a wide open area in front. Like, they're going to see it is still a campfire.
Knox, at this point, whoever's standing closest, he's going to just turn to them and say, like, I think we should just stamp this fire out right now. We can always rebuild it afterwards.
Okay.
So he will do it if no one else is starting to move.
Is there like sand or dirt in the cave that we can use to do it? We don't want to use water.
We're not in a cave. The cave was a joke that someone made.
Oh.
So, you guys are still on a hill.
Face. Yeah.
So, but there's going to be, I think, because Hobbs made such a good roll, there isn't enough stuff to kick over this quite easily. So you can extinguish the fire in one round.
Okay.
It's a question of whether they spotted the fire. Hold on.
Would that create a bunch of sparks that go flying into the air, or?
Yes, it would, Hobbs. So let's. Well, it depends on if they're stomping on the fire or kicking shit on top of it. Why don't we do this? Because I think it is a valid point. Knox, give us a dex check.
Okay.
love a troublemaker. Once a DM, always a DM.
Well, I just thought you might know that. As soon as we did it, you'd be like, "Oh yeah!" So you kick a bunch of sparks into the air. They see it immediately.
No, made it.
That's great. Yeah. So yeah, you're able to kick some of the loose stone, like dirt and whatnot, on top of the fire, and it. Fortunately, I mean, it was fairly low by this point of the night anyway. It's not like you're keeping a raging bonfire, So it is out, and the camp is plunged into darkness, which really I think only affects Knox. And Knox, you're sort of seeing tracers from looking directly into the campfire.
I was down to one eye anyway, so.
True. All right, so these things move to here, and I think you guys can. Some of you guys should be able to see them now, just past that boulder. Yeah, and Elanion, you go ahead and move yourself again if you like. Now, I will give you guys. Let's see here. I'm going to give you 1 minute to have a quick conversation in camp to talk about what's going to happen when you see the goblins, because you would have had about that much time to talk about what your plan is. So we're going to have the minute start. I'll say now, and then you guys go ahead and start whispering to each other, figure out what you're going to do.
So just one quick question again about this, what I can see in the darkness.
Now, no. 50 yards in moonlight, so you could see where they. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. All right.
Yeah.
So how about we
guys,
move them in?
Start. Hold on. I hope it turns over because my voice can't get higher. Start. Now.
Bergour, we just charge and stomp them out.
Exactly. Let's do it.
Or we could shoot them with bows, and then when they start running at us, you guys hit them in the face.
We're gonna charge, you shoot while we're running.
Exactly. Let's go.
Okay, I'm gonna cast up some magic as you're going.
Can I prepare a spell then? I'm gonna cast a spell on Bergour as he starts running.
You can't prep magic. You can't it'll take you a full action to cast magic. You can't wait for that final thing and then do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hold on, Bergour. Let me cast something on you first.
Remember how
If you
magic
tell me
works
what, I
in this?
might.
There's no quiet magic casting.
Yeah.
Just as fair
Well, they're already
reminder.
going to charge at him, so they're going to make plenty of noise.
Right, but I was saying if you're taking a round to force to have them hold back while you're casting magic, just remember it's old school casting. You're talking in a loud voice; they're going to hear. Okay, so
Meaning we could already be there smacking them.
Yeah.
And now they know.
Let's just kill
and
goblins.
the goblins come around the corner. So, guys, why don't we do this? Let's have everyone decide what you're going to do. And because George's show was such a cool show, we're having George roll initiative.
Nice.
So here we go.
It's 3 just move.
3 to move,
right?
yes.
Yes.
Oh,
And we have our
I think it's 0 to move. If all you're doing is moving, I think it's a 0.
okay.
Yeah.
And we have our weapons and stuff already because we had time to prepare.
Precisely, yeah.
Yep.
So then, guys,
Sounds good.
George, everyone's decided what they're doing this round?
Yeah, I just rolled.
George beat my 8. Oh, you easily beat my 8. Okay, so then, guys, add your action to that.
Trying to load the house rules and it's not loading.
Oh, no! All right. So, I am actually surprised, so I'm not acting this round. So, then we have, let's see here. First up is Bergour. What are you doing?
All right. So I can run 80 feet. So
Yeah, let me just move them up a scooch here, so because I did say they moved into view, so there you go.
all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to right there.
Nice. Okay.
So its charge is 1.5 combat move.
So I think your combat movement is a
Nice.
10, isn't it? So it's 15?
Uh,
Because you're a dwarf. You're wee.
Oh yeah, he's got a 20 as a full move, but
My 20 is my base move.
Yeah.
Land
Yeah.
speed.
Isn't Arlen a dwarf too?
Yeah, but I ran.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I would get to be able to move 30.
How much did you move, Arlen?
What? I moved 40.
40. If you're running, you move double
Right, 8
your...
squares.
yeah, I think Druin's thinking about charging, but you won't get in range.
But can I run and then throw? Because I have. Remember what I
sorry.
talked about last time? I'm using 2 hand axes
Yeah,
now instead of
but
a battle axe.
Actually, Knox is up first. Sorry, I don't know why I said...
I'm trying to calculate which thing I'm using. So it's not a charge if I'm using a missile.
It is not a charge if you're using missile, no.
Okay, so then it would be like a move and throw.
It would be a move and throw, correct.
Okay.
Okay.
So then that would go on the speed of the weapon
Yes,
with no modifiers.
that's correct.
Okay.
Anytime
Sorry, I was
weapons
just-
involved, you always use that as your modifier. If you're only moving, then it's a 0. Knox, you're up next. What are you doing?
Okay, so I whisper some I don't whisper. I say out loud some arcane words as I wave my hand around, and then what appears floating above my hand is this sort of bluish, translucent ball of energy.
Yeah.
And I point my finger, and it goes flying.
Yeah.
And it streaks through and slams into this first goblin that's closest to Bergour,
Okay.
and it does this much damage.
Holy
Whoa!
shit.
Yes.
So it fucking blows through this thing's head, and it drops to the ground, completely
Awesome.
dead. I don't think, and this is sort of the mid reaction of them, like, whoa, we're going to full Zack Snyder here now. So next up will be it'll be Druin.
Okay, so Druin's going to move and throw a hand axe.
Okay.
So that's
So-
5.
So you move to 10 then, I guess, and then make your throw.
Hand
Here it
axe
comes.
throw.
So what's the range with your hand axe?
Range 10.
Range 10. So the closest one is 35 away.
Okay, so is that medium?
It's actually out of range. If it's
Out of range.
If your range is 10,
10, 20, 30
yeah.
is the range then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You would have known that, though. Do you want to change your action?
Yeah, then I'm just gonna double move.
Sure. Then go ahead and move yourself up to 40.
Okay, so I was here, so
Yep. Awesome. Okay. Boom. If you want to mark the That's whoopsies. Come on, oh, I'm on an arrow.
But this is 5, 10. The diagonals cost more,
They do, yeah.
Yes.
so that's 5,
So you have to
10,
you have to
15,
get 8 squares.
Yeah.
20, 25. Okay.
Okay. All right. Ah, this little dwarf goes raging in there. Next up is Elanion and Dorman.
Okay, you want to go first, Elanion?
Elanion fires an arrow.
Oof.
What's the woof for?
Oh, no, I lied. It's woof because this is going to be a brutal shot. Shooting him from behind.
You're scaring me.
Oh,
I
remember,
thought dogs
use
or
your
something.
weapon,
shoot.
please, because I don't want to have to calculate THAC0.
That's so funny when you say that.
Well, it's because no, it's a waste of time. If we have 6 people making attack rolls and we have to stop and make the calculation each time.
No, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Okay, so you attack, and that is sufficient to hit it. Yes. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nice.
Holy shit.
Nice.
Fuck. Right in the... So it sticks through the back, drops down. Dorman, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay, quick question.
Of course.
The bow has a rate of fire of 2. Does that mean I get a second shot at the end of the round?
You do, yep, so does Elanion.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to target that guy. He's within my first ring instrument.
Go right ahead.
And I have a bonus against goblins, so use
Is
that
it a
extra +1.
bonus to all attacks?
Yeah, so
bonus
it's
to
+1
melee?
to goblins and kobolds.
Okay, go ahead.
Ooh,
AC 6 is good enough.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll damage.
submit. Ah!
Another one down.
Awesome.
All right, and then it is Caldor, I guess. Yep, Caldor.
Okay. He will shoot at this one, I guess.
Okay.
Come on,
Here
money.
we go.
Arrows flying over my shoulders. Whoa.
Yeah.
That one.
Wow.
Oh.
Wanna
You're
point
sitting
that,
on 5
young-
Astonishing Fortune. Do you want to re-roll that?
Yeah, you should use it.
Yeah. I think I should do
Okay.
that.
Nice.
Let's not
Shoot
kill
her
our
in the
ally.
Here it comes.
Just not kill the healer.
Exactly.
Oh my
Fortune.
goodness. Followed by a
Jesus.
Moderately
Hey!
better. Okay, so
Yeah, but-
one shot goes wild over. We're now on to second shots. So Elanion and Dorman, go ahead. And then after
Well,
that, it'll be
Elanion-
Caldor.
Laney's got to claim the shot, so.
Oh, now I rolled a 1.
Another nat
Wow.
1. You gonna spend Astonishing Fortune?
You sure?
I mean, there's only 2 of them left.
No, yeah.
I'm just
We're not
worried.
in melee.
Just
We're not in
worried.
melee.
He's not shooting. He's not shooting into melee, and he's not shooting past anybody.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
Okay.
true.
I'm gonna aim for this guy, so I don't aim through Druin,
Sure.
and that he's just within my range.
Go right ahead. Go.
I like that strategy.
Crap and die. Oh no!
That's not very good. Do you want to
What's
spend
that?
Astonishing Fortune?
I didn't roll a 1, so no.
No. Okay. Then
Druin
it's
and Bergour need
Caldor.
to hit something.
Caldor's time to redeem himself. Here it comes. Big money.
Go.
Caldor.
Oh wait. Did I?
DC 2. Yeah, that's a big hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nice.
Because what's your damage? Let's see. Come on. 4 points of damage. 4 is good enough to drop this one too. Holy jeez, guys.
Nice.
So, a hail of arrows comes in and magic, decimating the goblin ranks. It may not surprise you to learn that I'm making a morale check for our goblin
Yeah.
friends here.
That sounds
I guess
right.
friends implies plural. This is our goblin friend, who is going to be screaming and running off into the night. So he's acting on his initiative roll. Everyone decide what you're doing for the round, and then we'll make our roll. George has been winning initiative, so he is still in charge. Everyone knows what they're doing. George, beat my 3, please.
All right, let's see if I can.
Here comes big money. 6. Ooh.
Yeah.
So I'm acting on a 3. Everyone else go ahead and make your decision as to what you want to do. Fortunately, these little buggers are pretty small as well. And I'm actually gonna make a wisdom check for him to see if he can figure out where all this is coming from, because Apart from
Runs
the
right into us.
dwarves running towards him, you know what? I rolled a 19 on it. I'm going to randomly determine the direction he's going to go. So let's see here.
Cool.
Okay, there we go. All right, guys. So on a 3, Drew, are you doing something that's a -2 to your initiative?
Oh, wait, sorry. No,
Yes.
Like, there is something if you're doing. I can't remember what
I'm
it is.
looking at the -2 initiative to
Actually-
charge, and then
yeah.
I didn't add my weapon bonus. Sorry.
Oh, okay, that's why. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Oh yeah, how did I do
See, like,
that?
there is a way to do that. I just can't. Yeah. All right, 8. All right, then. So first up is the lone survivor Goblin, who is the hero in his own story, though very short story, I imagine. He's gonna run, and I've randomly rolled the direction, so he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He was racing over, trying to get away from everyone.
Nice.
And then it is, let's see here, Kalidor and Elanion are up next.
Kalidor yells out, "Take him alive!"
Interesting.
Yeah.
Elanion is running.
Okay. Elanion's run is actually huge, because if you can move double your movement, you can move 16 if all you're doing is running.
Nice.
Okay, then it is Knox the Unexpected.
So, I'm actually casting my cantrip spell for the first time.
Whoa.
And interestingly, one of the
Oh, no, second
examples-
time. You use it to amuse
Oh, that's
the...
right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah.
First time in an offensive way,
Yeah.
aggressive way. I noticed one of the examples it gives of what I can do is to create glowing balls that float over the caster's hands. I'm going to make glowing balls that resemble my magic missile I just cast.
Sure.
In case it starts heading in my direction, I'm just going to have it look like I've got like 3 magic missiles. ready
Sure,
to go.
love it. Yeah, phew, there's 3 obviously magical balls drifting around your hand.
Yeah.
Then the next up will be Dorman and Bergour. What are you guys doing?
You go first, Bergour.
Bergour just kind of flourishes his axe at this point, having seen the goblins fall in a hail of arrows.
Whoa,
And he
fancy
sort of
moves.
maybe walks up to one of them and kicks it in the head with his boot.
It is definitely dead. Okay.
I'm gonna make a wisdom check to see if Dorman listens to Kalidor. Yes,
He does?
he does. I just rolled under it.
He sounds so sad.
Well, Dorman hates goblins. It's a racial hatred.
Sorry, guys. I
that's
figured,
true.
given that what Kalidor had mentioned, and given our most recent addition to the Dungeon Musings Discord channel, I figured I'd pull up my copy of Dungeon Grappling,
Oh, nice.
because I think you guys are doing some grappling.
Okay,
Cool.
so Dorman is he's gonna sprint, try to cut off the goblin.
Okay.
I think he moved 40.
Yeah, that's right.
And he's going to shout out in Goblin. Hold on, I screwed something up there. Get back over there.
What the heck are you doing that way?
Okay,
I'm going to sprint towards the goblin. What?
I'm going to shout out in Goblin that surrender or you'll die.
Okay. Okay. Then it is. Let's hear. What is your wisdom? What is your charisma modifier there, Dorman?
My reaction?
Yes, please.
It's a +1 reaction. Because it's
Plus-
413.
+1 reaction. Okay. So let's see here. Okay. What it screams out. Well, actually, it'll be on its turn. It'll scream something back in return. I'll let it do for free right now. It screams out, "No, take me! You'll kill me!" Why did I drink all my tea before I had to do a goblin voice? God damn. That's fucking hard in the throat. All right. No, kill me! Leave me be! Leave me be! In Goblin. Like, this is gibberish to the rest of you guys, but that's what he's screaming out in Goblin. Then it is, I guess, Bergour's turn. Bergour, what are you doing?
Oh, I already
sorry,
went.
Druin. I totally skipped your turn. Go ahead, Druin.
That's right. And I was going to try and charge him, but I'm. Can you do like non-lethal damage
Yes.
with a
So,
missile weapon?
This is something actually maybe you haven't seen. So this lovely product by Douglas Cole, available at what is it called? What's his site called? Gaming Ballistic. Is a it's this awesome product for use with everything from OSR games up to Pathfinder 1 that gives really good grappling rules, like a mini game. So basically, if what you want to do is try and like, if you want to do a non-lethal like punch this guy, then we use the rules out of the player's handbook. If you want to try and like bear this guy to the ground though, Druin, then we'll use these. What are you thinking of doing?
Then I will just run to him and try and grapple.
Sure. Yeah. All right. So your grappling bonus here is going to be. Let's see here. Oh, what is the better for you to hit? The strength or dexterity bonus?
Strength.
Strength. Okay. And what is your THAC0? Is 0? Or is that 20?
20.
Okay. So your. Okay, so then it's just go and give me a D20 roll plus your strength modifier, please.
Plus my to hit bonus?
Plus your to hit bonus, yeah. Well, what apart from your strength to hit bonus is what I mean. Add that, okay. Yeah. Ooh. So you get there and you're trying to get your hands on this little bugger. You're not far off from getting a good grab on this guy, but that's not quite good enough. Do you want to spend a point of astonishing fortune?
Do it.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, everyone's saying do it, so I will do it.
Here we go.
Roll 20 is mocking us.
Still is unfortunately not quite good enough. So yeah, you're trying to get a handle on this little thing. He's moving quick and he's surprisingly moist. So you just can't get a good grab on him.
I curse at him. I curse at him in Dwarven.
Nice.
Sounds really.
Okay. So we've gone with Dorman. Bergour, your turn. What were you doing?
Oh, I already went. I kicked the dead goblin in the head.
Oh, that was your plan? Okay. So, boof. Yeah, definitely dead. I think that's the end of everyone's turn, right? Yes. So then, guys, and this is round 3 now. The initiative passes to Dave. Everyone make your decision of what you want to do with your round. Oof, and Dave beat my 10.
What you gonna do with your life? I wanna
3.
ride.
Very good. So
What was
I'm
the bonus
acting...
be for a charge to grapple him?
What's that?
What would the initiative bonus be for a charge
3.
to grapple?
3.
Okay.
Unarmed attacks are 3. So yeah, I'm acting on a 10. Nice. So
We're gonna dogpile the goblin.
yeah,
Would you guys say move was 3?
your move.
The move is 0.
Oh, move is.
Yeah, move
oh,
is a 0 speed.
Okay.
All right. So first up is Knox. Then what are you doing, Knox?
so I'm, just nervous in general. Hopefully it's gonna wear off, but I'm just looking around to see if there's any other goblins coming in any direction I can see.
Yeah, change your name to Knox the Unnerved.
I know. I feel like it's not. If we do well for a couple days in a row,
Yeah.
maybe I'll revert.
Okay. Calidor is also on a 3. What are you doing?
He's moving closer to the.
Okay. So I think you actually, if you're moving, all you're doing is just running full tilt. I think you get like 16 squares you can move. Then next up is Druin. You're the closest to the goblin. Do you want to try and grapple this little sucker again?
Yeah.
Give him. Go ahead. My God, it's getting worse. Somehow it's getting worse.
What is happening?
All
I'm
right.
gonna try and put like unarmed combat into my character sheet. Maybe it'll roll better.
Then next up is either Elanion or Dorman.
Go
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Elanion.
Go ahead.
Well, since Calidor decided to get in my way, I can't actually charge the guy, so I'll just move up here.
Okay.
Like surrender!
Elanion will leap into this scrum.
So either Dex attack modifier or your strength
They're the
attack modifier. Same.
No modifier.
Okay, add both.
Okay, I will.
Yep.
Times 2.
Yeah. Here we go. And
9.
want astonishing fortune that?
No.
No. Okay, so you guys are getting it, and now it seems like you're working against. It's cross purposes here, guys. This goblin is easy, like getting underneath each of you. You're sort of bumping into each other. Druin gets a good handle on something and realizes it's Elanian's leg.
Easy.
Next, so Dorman's gone, Elanian's gone, Druin is gone. Bergour, what are you doing?
I'm gonna check another goblin to make sure it's dead.
Poof, also dead.
All right.
Yep, good job.
Just for good measure, I might decapitate it.
Yeah, I was gonna say axes work better than boots. Just
Well, I assume that's what you meant by taking the pulse. So, whoosh, another goblin heads off. All right, then it's this thing's turn. Would Druin and Elanion give me another grapple check? He's just going to sprint right the hell out of here. Whoa, Elanion, you got a bit of a handle on this guy. So,
Wish.
let's see here. The effect roll is...
Don't we get a bonus for having multiple people?
No, it means you all get to apply it. I'll let you apply towards a grapple. So give me, once you hit dice is a D4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a D4 plus your strength bonus. And
Times
how'd you
4.
do there, Druin?
4.
4. Okay, so you're getting a pretty good handle on this guy.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Druin once again is like, I've got him! You can feel him, he's wrenching at your knee. You've got me, you idiot!
Your healing spells did do very well, so...
doing something right today.
Yeah. Okay, so that is, to be honest, almost enough to... let's see here, control maximum. Whoop. Basic control maximum is 10 plus 5 times hit dice. Okay. So you're getting a bit of a handle on this thing, but he's kind of like, and he's pulling whatever piece of clothing you've got on him, that you've grabbed hold of. He's trying to wiggle his way out of you. You've grabbed him though, so like he's not able to just get away without doing something. So he was trying to run away, and I think you kind of grabbed him and he fell to the ground and scrambled his way back up to his feet. And that is the end of round 3. Round 4, guys. Everyone declare your actions. Dave definitely kicked my butt at initiative last round. So, Dave, beat my 8, please.
Oh, man.
Whoa, 10. So I'm acting on an 8. Actually, I'm going to act on an 11 because I have to break this grapple.
I'm gonna roll a... No.
Bergour 17, good God. What are you, erecting a bridge?
It's my battle axe speed. It's real slow.
Oh, and you rolled 10. You rolled 10. Sorry, I forgot.
Yep.
Like, how the fuck did you get 17? Good Lord. All right. Who are we missing here? Great. Okay, then first up is going to be actually Knox.
Same as before. I'm just literally keeping an eye out.
Oh,
Well played.
so terrible.
Okay, so this
couldn't help it.
little
Couldn't help
gobbo is going to try and get free of Elanion. He's saying something that effectively is like, "Get off me, you bully!" And what is your? Do you have a defense bonus for AC?
I have armor spell,
That won't help with grappling.
so no, I don't have a bonus.
You don't have any dex bonus, okay, and you have no bonus of 10. So actually, he manages to potentially get free. Let's see here. Nope, he's partly free, still grabbed though. So he's getting himself free of your grip. You can feel him. He's getting away. Next up is Elanion, Druin, and Dorman. Who wants to go for? I guess let's go Druin and Elanion. You guys are actually on the goblin right now.
Druin hesitates.
Okay, so Elanion. Oh, another one. Go ahead and roll 1d4.
Nice.
And you don't have a strength modifier, do you?
Nope, just one.
Yeah,
I got it back again.
Get it back again. So you grab back on it, and it's something that's around his neck or chest, like some kind of like tunic or something, and he's like trying to get away. Druin, what are you doing? You try and grab him as well.
Druin is this is a problem. Druin wants to kill the goblin.
Yeah.
He's fighting everything within inside him. He's like, tactically, we want the goblin. I want to kill it. And so he's like fighting himself to like even try and get a hold of the goblin.
Okay, Dorman, what are you doing?
In fact, if the goblin's not grappled by the end of the round, Druin might just take a swing at him.
Yeah, I'm basically the same where Druin is. I'm debating getting up to him and stabbing him in the back, but I'm going to try and grapple him.
Okay, here we go.
Tell the squirrely bastard to give up.
Give us a d6. So, guys, with the grappling, I will tell you that this is a case where the AC stuff is not helpful because I haven't calculated the thing as descending. There is a way of doing that in dungeon grappling, but I have not done that because kind of.
So you just want the d20?
Yes, please.
Okay.
So Dorman, give us a d20 roll.
Will my +1 against goblins help here?
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
Yep. And then if you got a dex modifier as well, what's your?
Oh, I do have a dex modifier. It's
To hit?
The 2.
Is it to attack or is it to your defense?
Reaction adjustment, missile attack adjustment is +2.
Kid, no, not that. It's do you have a strength modifier?
Missile adjustment +2.
Yeah.
Oh, your missile adjustment +2. Yes, and that'll count.
Yeah.
Well,
So
that's
that's a 12 for me. Then.
Okay, so 12. 12 is good enough. You've grabbed this guy. Go ahead and roll 1d4 plus. What's your? Do you have a strength modifier to damage?
I don't. But I have like a D4 and a D6 hit die.
I'm gonna go lowest.
Okay.
I do have a strength modifier to damage.
What is it?
A +1.
Okay, so then your grapple is actually currently 2 higher.
Could I? My bonus against goblins helps with this roll too, right?
Does the goblin bonus apply to damage?
Well, the D4 that I'm rolling. Yeah, it's a flat +1 to hit and damage against, isn't it?
It's just to hit.
Oh, okay.
It's not
Just to hit.
damage.
Yeah. Okay.
3.
3. Okay, so then you've gone in the mixes here as well too. You're starting to bear this little. So with 3 more and with the other one too, he is grappled, so he is going to be.
Hit him in a chokehold and like.
His speed is halved. Can't benefit from everything. Loses the ability to employ his reaction. Okay, so you guys have a good grip on him. Bergour, you are the last. Another goblin get decapitated?
Well, I might do it a little bit differently, but basically the same thing. I'm making sure the goblins are dead.
Okay, shook. Other one's down. Step forward, shook. Another one's down. Because I think this is a favorite attack round for you. I believe that's everybody. Okay. So, next round, guys. Oh, boy. I think one more round like that, and he is screwed. Guys, Dave beat my 8.
I lost.
Oh, you lost last time. Arlen beat my 8.
I tied it.
Tied. So I am acting on a 11.
So all the grapplers are on 11.
Yeah. Okay, so Knox will be up first. What are you doing, Knox?
I'm realizing that none of my companions are anywhere near me, so I'm just gonna move a bit closer to about there.
Okay. Keeping a careful eye out for dogs or lampreys.
That's right.
Yep. Okay, so you start moving closer. Then it is this will all happen simultaneously. There's no way that goblin's getting anyway free, so it's just a matter of how much more grappled you guys make him. Everyone can go ahead.
Missed.
Elanion isn't able to improve his grapple.
There you
Druin.
go.
Wow, big fucking hit.
nice.
Dorman, big hit too. Each of you guys. So Druin, yours is actually 1d10 plus your strength damage modifier.
I help a little.
Okay, you helped a little.
Does the +1 versus goblins only count for the hit?
Only
one
count
to
for hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go 6. So let's see here. 6. Okay, so guys, Druin, how is it that now that you finally realize you've been effectively fondling Elanion's knee, you turn and improve the grapple? What does it look like as you are the one who bears this thing to the ground?
Druin realized he was fighting himself, and he was like deliberately getting in his own way because he wanted to kill this thing.
Yep.
So he had to like focus on the proper tactic is to take it down and get information. And so he while everybody's like trying to grab the goblin, he just like dives at its ankles and grabs it by the legs and
Yeah.
starts to roll, and that causes it to lose its balance, and everybody just falls on it.
Boom. Yeah. So this thing is completely incapacitated now. You guys are free to. Does anyone have a rope?
Yes, and I am skilled in the use of rope.
Nice. What is your rope use skill?
It is 17.
17. Okay. So you tie up very carefully, and you explain as you're doing it. These are secret knots you were taught by someone. And you've completely immobilized this goblin. He's still screaming, "No, no! Let me go! Let me go!"
Druin grabs his axes and walks over to Bergour and goes, "I wanted to split its melon."
I still want to split its melon.
Bergour kind of looks at you and says, "You don't say." For the final one.
The final one falls.
Yeah.
So Dorman grabs the rope and drags the goblin to Calidor, drops it in front of him, and says, "There you go."
Nice. So what happens next, guys?
Who can speak Goblin?
I can speak Goblin.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Not me.
It is
Anybody
quite,
else?
yeah. It's quite late, but you, yeah, I mean, you guys are all certainly all awake now. You drag this little thing back, and it's screaming and cursing and you know, demanding you get loose. It threatens you that Burukliat will bring great magics down on you. Burukliat, favored of.
Dorman, tell it to stop screaming or I'll punch it.
You tell a goblin to stop screaming. It's not going to listen to you.
I don't speak
That's what
Goblin.
they do. They make noise.
I don't speak Goblin. Tell it to stop screaming or I'll punch it.
I say something in Goblin, saying that the dwarf is going to reach through his throat and rip out his vocal cords if he doesn't stop making noise.
No! No! Let me go! Let me go!
Then I kick him in the rib for not obeying.
Let me go! Stinky, dusty gnome! Disgusting!
Hey, Drew, give me one of your socks.
Whose sock is going in there?
Can I just punch the Goblin in the face?
No, you might kill it.
Oh, I'm not gonna do.
Stupid, nasty dwarves! Smell worse than gnomes! Although I guess like you don't really understand unless Dorman is, you know, is translating all of these insults into.
I have no idea what it's saying. I know it's shouting, and I told it not to. Do I have to roll a hit?
No, you can absolutely hit this thing.
Yeah, not lethal, but I'm gonna punch it in the nose.
His nose completely shatters. Blood spurts everywhere.
Tell him to stop screaming.
Something a little strange when you see this thing up close too. There's little patches of like an ochre-colored skin. You're looking at this thing, and it's tough to say in the moonlight. I'm assuming you're going to light a campfire again. But in the campfire light, what you can see is that what you think is its blue skin it looks like it's some kind of stain on it.
Like
As
a
if it
tattoo?
stained its skin. And the tattoo that's on there, that is a full-on tattoo.
Okay.
But it's screaming at you, Baruklayat will bring the wrath of MacLeod on you.
Dorman looks at the goblin and says, "Who inked you, goblin? Who put ink on you?"
I didn't put ink on me. Favored of MacLeod.
Did a horrible job.
We did a perfect job. Stupid gnome can't see perfection.
Well, I can see that you wrote something in Dwarven. I lie.
What are
What's
you
a
asking?
dwarven?
What are you asking him? Are you asking where their camp is? Are you asking what they're doing here?
No, I was insulting him, but I'll get to that. Are there more of you out there, Goblin?
Hundreds.
Where?
Everywhere. He's lying. He's completely lying. You don't need to make a roll for that.
I pull out my knife and I look at it like I'm no good at this. Then I cut a finger off.
Okay. What's your character's alignment?
I believe it is true neutral.
Yeah, you're going evil if you're doing that.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
Torturing
it's
Ascension. Because the thing
Torture.
is, here's the thing: is that there's a difference between talking about something and grabbing a squirming hand and then taking a knife to it, and while this thing is screaming and blood is spewing out of it, and you're hacking through on it. Torture is something I don't think is a lot more upsetting for the torturer than what the casual castaway thing is what you would think. So unless your character is evil, there's no fucking way that your character I think would be a justified action.
Okay.
I mean, in terms of like role playing your character, is anyone evil in the group?
Nope.
I know we got a lot of chaotic neutral guys. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll
You know what it is, John? It's just that's a pet peeve of mine only because of like so many fucking gaming groups turn to torture so quickly, and it's like that is just not like.
Well, no,
But I'm
trying to keep it in character.
I think we could intimidate it with Bergour with his goblin blood covered axe without actually torturing this thing.
Well, I just want to explain it. Dorman hates goblins. It's a racial thing.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you might look at it a little bit differently, but yeah,
That's
no,
fine.
if that's not going to apply. That's fine.
But there's a
Punch in the
difference
face.
between hating something and torture. Like, you know what? Have you ever sat through a torture porn scene in a gore film or something like that? Like, if you as a consumer watching on a TV find that unsettling,
I don't want that stuff.
no. See, that's the thing. Like, it's just because it is such a casual oh yeah, I'll torture them and get information out of them. I get that medieval times are pretty fucking awful, but not everyone was a torturer. It was the most fucked up and awful people who were the torturers.
Okay.
Right. So, but what do you? So what? Let's go back. So with that in mind, what is your character thinking?
Well, he really wants to kill the goblin. It's just he's not being useful. And he looks to the other guys and says, he's not talking. He says they're everywhere.
So what you guys have seen is Dorman going back and forth in Goblin to this thing, and the Goblin and Dorman both seem to be getting more agitated with each exchange.
Knox is just while that's happening, he's just looking at that tattoo just to see if any element of those symbols are meaningful to him. He has some understanding of astrology and spellcraft. I don't think any of those things are gonna mean anything. And he also has omen reading. But just in case the symbols have any, I know it's probably religious, but
Elanion, did you see any more?
Actually, there is. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna find something.
Nope, these are all I saw. They seemed angry. Do we know what they were doing out here?
Good question. Dorman, can you ask them why they were out here?
Yeah,
Why they were arguing?
I can try, but I don't think he'll answer me.
Well, I can tell you what I did is I rolled your reaction to establish kind of what its mood is, and it's not fucking happy with you. That's what I should say.
That's understandable.
Yeah. So, and what you've done, nothing you've done has done to try and improve its reaction or its how it's reacting to you.
Dorman looks at Calidor and is like, this is your idea.
Calidor will go and get the one that he put an arrow through, and bring it over and show it to the goblin and ask it if it wants to live. And he holds his friend and shows it to him.
Okay.
I'll translate.
So, for one thing, let me just tell you what Knox. Knox, one thing that you're looking at this thing's head, and the symbols that are on there, and you look at it from the side. You know what it kind of looks like? So
Wait.
this is the glyph right here. Recognize it across the flanace.
Yep.
For water.
Yeah. And there was a circle then, so it was.
There's a circle
right?
around it.
Yeah. Okay.
There is, whether that's part of it. Your character would know that. There we go. That is the glyph for fire.
Mm-hmm.
Firewater? They're drunk.
Yeah. I'm gonna. So is Elanian's up there too? Yeah. Okay. Great. I'll make sure because I want to say this to everybody. That glyph looks. I don't know if this is what it means, but I've seen these two glyphs independently before. This one here indicates water, and this fire. I don't know if any of you have seen something like this before, but I have not seen them together in this way.
No more magics! Stop casting at me!
I still have my canter spell up, I guess. So
You can't understand what he's saying, Dorman. You're picking up that he clearly thinks that
that's
Knox
true.
is casting something on him.
but I mean, I don't have the like circling
Yeah.
missiles. I turn it off. I see this guy's freaking out already, so I'm not trying to upset him.
So it seems familiar with magic. It
Calidor,
has water.
Yeah.
Calidor, do you? I'm sorry. Do you speak Goblin?
I don't have it written down, so I don't think so.
So it was in common, is what you said about this happened to your friend.
Yeah,
No, I
I'll
was telling
translate.
Norman to tell him.
Okay. Okay.
Have you seen what we've done to your friends? Ask it if it wants to live.
Okay. It looks down at the arrows, looks up at you, and kind of whoa! It tries to push itself back, and really all it does is it falls off whatever little like stone or whatever that you've put it in. It gets no further. You can easily prop the thing back up. Or Bergour, you got your head behind it, or your hand behind it? Is that what you're doing? Yeah, I saw you had your hand up. Were you like stopping him from going down?
Oh, sure. Why don't I reach out and grab him and kind of shove him back into position?
No, don't kill me. He says in common, actually.
Oh, you speak common.
Of course I speak common. Don't you? Don't kill me. His big eyes get really like suddenly his ears go down, and he's looking at you with these big eyes like, don't kill me.
What do you know about the flooding?
What flooding?
Flooding of the mire.
Flooding of what mire? The big what?
Yes, the big wet. What do you know about it?
Makes people go away. Easier to get to the farms. Grundrag.
Are you goblins responsible for this?
They're not that smart.
Maybe. The magics of Bergour are very powerful. The goblins of the ring. We have great power. Favored by MacLeod. Great, powerful war leader. Grundlegach.
Well, where can we find these great and powerful goblins?
In our powerful lair. Secret, hidden in the hills. You'll never find it. You'll never find it just off of the brook.
Awesome.
Can we bind him?
He is completely bound. As far as Dorman is concerned, he's got him in his strongest, kind of painful.
Well, I just mean so that we can talk away from him.
Oh, yeah.
Like just leave him here and walk away to talk.
Yeah. Okay. Because Calidor's going to suggest that potentially we could release him and follow him, track him back to his lair.
Huh. That's interesting.
Although he's gonna tell
Hobbs, you're
whoever's in
muted.
the lair about us.
Well, absolutely, but I mean,
I can likely track him anyway.
Yeah.
And we might be able to grapple him, like grab him
True.
again before he gets,
Druin says, hey, Dorman, how good was that knot you tied?
I can go back and make it so he can work himself out of that in a couple hours if he wants to.
And then we want to, just, have a lazy watch. Not enough that he'll be able to slit anybody's throat, but, let him escape and then...
and then be
Follow
ready
him in
to
the morning?
track him. Yeah.
Seems risky to me.
Well, what if we're following him?
We could
What if-
probably just track their 4 or 5 tracks back, right?
That's what I was saying, yeah.
We don't need him.
All right.
Druin says we don't need him. Good idea, Druin.
The question is what to do with him.
If we don't need him, what are we gonna do with him?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he's a danger to us. We can't let him live.
Now, just outright killing this thing, I'm okay with your characters doing that. That's not necessarily.
That's okay.
Well, it's if you give your, the valiant warrior, clean death
Yeah.
versus torturing somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I do think killing in cold blood is, I don't know, even the whole torture crack earlier is just like, maybe I loosen the knots enough that he thinks he can get away, and then we just pick him off as he runs.
That seems a lot more like toying with him than
That's
what
more
we're
like
talking about.
almost like torture.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like Bergour goes up to him and says, make peace with your gods, Goblin, and then finishes him off.
Okay.
I like it.
This is like classic D&D. We captured a bad guy. What do we do? Conversation.
Yeah.
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 This is where a game.
This is why you don't capture him. You just finish him off in battle.
Then you don't have to. This the dilemma.
Yeah.
Yep.
And did you know anything about the Goblin Lair?
Well, he says it's just
He
off Cutter
claims-
Brook, right? We could probably
Right, well-
find it.
Right. Had we not spoken to him, we would have no idea about it.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. We were gonna follow the brook anyways. We would have.
Well, nobody says it's up in the hills.
Well, yeah.
Well,
Well, it's moot right now.
All right.
Bergour.
Seems like we're in agreement. Bergour is.
Are we voting?
Are we
Oh, I
voting
told
on
you to kill
what?
the goblin. Yeah, kill the goblin.
What, voting on who gets to kill him?
No.
Oh, no, I don't. Bergour can do it. Bergour didn't get
I would
to
just leave
kill
him.
anybody.
Elanion, do you have a problem with this?
I would just leave him, but you do as you wish. And you call us the savages.
Well done.
And there he goes.
Murdering a helpless captive. Yeah, that's for sure going to be an XP reward.
Unless Elanion objects further, I'm gonna sort of note that and then say, well, that's what elves are like.
Okay. All right. So I guess the last thing we see is our little captive unnamed goblin dragged a bit away from the camp, and then and Bergour comes back once again, shaking something off the end of his axe. All right. So guys, with an idea of where you might find this goblin cave, I think that's where we will call it a session. So let me calculate some XP here. How many points of Astonishing Fortune are left?
There are, according to my list,
I think there are three left.
Three left. Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
Good. You guys defeated. On here.
The mighty.
Yes, mighty goblins. That is 5 hit dice worth of creatures, so it's 50 XP for the fighters, and well, Steve's not here, so nothing for the bards. Let's see here. The XP bonus is that? It is 50. Okay. And you explored one more hex worth of space, so I'll give you some XP for that. Okay. And I am going to give you an XP bonus for securing the information that you guys got as well too, because that was well done.
Cool.
Okay. So the whopping total for today's session between the 6 of you. Oops, come on, phone. Okay.
Sitting here with bated breath.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I got a fucking text message and I started reading it.
Oh, hold on a second.
Can't. It's yeah. Sorry. There may be a girl involved. So sorry.
Interesting.
All right. Yeah, so easily distracted. All right. So okay. So what you guys got is each of you are walking away with a whopping 10% XP bonus. I think. Wait, all of you guys are. Oh no, because you got the multiple classes. So,
It calculates it automatically on the sheet also, so it's really easy to do.
got it.
The XP
So then,
bonus.
guys, you get 63 XP for tonight.
Did they have anything on their corpses?
They did, but I'm not sure if it's.
Treasure-wise?
I'm not sure if it's even rises to the level of like a GP each.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
And Kev, I know I'm going to get a 50 XP for casting the magic missile,
Yes.
but I don't know if a cantrip should count because it really.
Yeah,
doesn't
no,
come
but you
into
use
play.
it in. It's a first level spell, and you use it effectively in the combat. I'm totally fine with that.
Awesome. I'll
Yeah,
take
yeah.
it. I need 20 XP to get to first level.
Yep.
Every bit helps. Great.
No one
Thank-
used any rogue skills. No cleric spells in. Well, Dave, any cleric spells that were consistent with your ethos?
He did heal people, but not in combat.
So here's the thing. I earlier on I decided that healing spells weren't going to count,
Oh.
unless they were in combat. But a lot of the healing ends up happening post combat. So
Yeah.
how does that? I'm not sure.
I mean,
I think when you heal dwarves out of combat, it should be okay.
You never get hurt.
You know what I'll let you do, Dave? How about we do this? Because of the cool role playing you're doing with the incorporating your god's ethos that has no mechanical benefit whatsoever, that has the other players have responded to. Why don't I say this? That you will get half the equivalent out of combat that you would. So if you're casting a spell that is not consistent with your ethos, you'll get half of whatever the amount is. What is
Okay.
it? 50 per level, or is it for?
Yeah, it's normally 100 per level. So
No, 100 per level. So say 50 per level otherwise.
Great.
yeah.
You know,
So what's the experience total for a fighter again? That we need?
fighter, you got. There were 5 goblins. You get.
No, that we need to level.
Oh, to need to level. I think it's.
Does anyone know it off the top?
Level 2 is 2,000.
Yeah,
And what about for a rogue or a thief?
rogue is like 1375 or something, or 1750.
1250.
1250.
1250.
I'm a long ways away from both.
You're still quite a ways from both.
Oh yeah.
How's that possible? You've been playing. Oh, I guess you missed a couple sessions when you were
And
on
he hasn't been using rogue skills.
vacation. Oh yeah. Making use of those rogue skills really helps to bump that up. Cool. Well, Bergour's already into enough XP to be second level. How's everyone else sitting?
I'm a second level rogue once I train or thief,
Yeah.
but my wizard is still
Yeah.
a ways off.
Yeah.
Long ways away.
Long
Yeah.
ways away. Yep.
I'm almost a quarter of the way there.
Nice. You're getting there. Cool. All right. Well then, folks, for those listening at home, boom. Thank you so much for. Oh, cool. And I got support from the. Yeah, I got a lot of folks in chat are on my in agreement about the torture thing. You know, one thing I do like about Zweihander is like there's clear corruption consequences from that. So you do have same thing with Shadow of the Demon Lord, where like you fine play your character however you want, but there's mechanics to sort of model how the world's reacting to that. There's not really that in D&D. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's house rule it.
What's that?
House rule it.
House? Well, that's why I'm house rule. I mean, I could. The thing is, adding a corruption mechanic to this particular campaign, I don't think would. That's not what this particular campaign's about. If it like Barrow Maze I had some rules I was using when we were using Scarlet Heroes, but for this campaign, it's not about like encounter with the undead and the unknown and whatnot. Torture is just a really unpleasant thing that, you know, I just don't think characters would as readily resort to and be able to carry on without some kind of substantial psychological trauma. You know?
Oh, I agree.
Yeah. So, but anyway, the cool. So you guys have a promising lead. Will it drag? You know, will you find the Goblins of the Ring on Friday? I will have to see. Still a whole lot of random wandering mountain lions and you know.
Great.
Well,
Elani's gonna
dogs.
scare him off with his bobcat sounds, though.
Yes.
It was pretty good. Wow, wow, wow.
I can actually, lower their reaction rolls, but they usually just like immediately start attacking us. So
You are. This is the first time where you guys have actually surprised them.
Yeah.
It feels pretty good, right?
Yes.
Like,
I just wish we had surprised more of them. I didn't even get a chance to hit any of them.
yeah, I know. Like half of them were dead before Bergour and I even got there.
Right.
I'm picturing
That's
Bergour's
great.
running towards one, and then whoop, an arrow takes it down. He's like, ah, to the other one, whoop, another arrow goes down. Ah, cheek.
Archery is OP and low-level AD&D.
Clang it in. Oh, that's great. Okay, cool. So then, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for episode 10, guys. We're in the double digits with this campaign. For those listening at home as well, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session or the campaign, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. In the alternative, what you could do is shoot me a message on Twitter. My Twitter handle is Dungeon Musings. I also have an email. You can reach me by email at dungeonmusings@gmail.com, and in the link of in the description of the video, you can also find a link to something called. Well, hold on. You can find a link to our Dungeon Musings Discord server, where you can find all of us are quite active. And we have channels dedicated to this campaign and all the other campaigns that we run on the channel. In addition, you can find a link to something called Heroes Save Villages. That is the charity fundraising campaign we run on the channel. As of February 1st, I will be refreshing the rewards for that. So there will be a slew of updated and new rewards, but any donations that are made to the Heroes Save Villages campaign go to benefit the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, which is you can learn all about it by following that link. It's a terrific organization that's active in over 130 different countries and provides a stable and safe and supportive living environment for over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children from around the world. It is really an incredible organization. Any donations go directly to help them. None of it goes to the channel. None of it goes to any middleman or whatnot. It all goes to help SOS Children's Villages. SOS Children's Villages International do the very good work that they do. Last but not least, 6 players on a Wednesday night. Guys, a big thanks to my players. Dave and Arlen and John and Hobbs and Jeff and George. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, guys. This was a lot of fun. I am so glad that you guys finally got a chance to ambush someone else instead of constantly being ambushed yourself.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah, thanks for running it.
Of
Yeah, it was
course.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Awesome. Then, for those listening at home, thank you again for joining us. And until we see you again, so Friday night will be our next session of this campaign. And then we've got some other stuff we're playing this weekend. But until we see you again, happy gaming.